Years ago, there was a girl named Red. She wore her crimson cloak like a warning, though she never knew it was meant for her. Her mother had made it for her weeks before her passing, and told her to always wear it whenever she passed through the forest. Red's father was a baker and often sent her on errands to her grandmother, who was too frail to fetch bread and food for herself. As long as Red wore her cloak, she would be safe in the forest. She had heard stories of a wolf-like creature in the woods and was warned not to linger. She must go straight to her grandmother's house and return the next morning. On her way to deliver bread and jam, the forest called to her that evening. Shadows stirred. Eyes followed. Red kept her eyes straight ahead, ignoring the whispers of the forest. But suddenly, from the silence stepped a man, tall, handsome, but not quite human. Or was he? He was bare-chested, with rugged chest hair and shredded shorts. His gaze was wild, dangerous, magnetic. Never had she seen such a man. Red slowed, halting her horse beside him. The man shivered, looking lost, hungry, and helpless. In her mind, she knew she should stay on the straight path, go straight to her grandmother's house. But who was she to leave a man like this alone? The man's teeth chattered. I am hungry and cold. Can you help me? Red glanced over her shoulder, then scanned the forest. It was quiet, vacant. Nothing she could give the man except her cloak and her basket of food. With a heart as kind and pure as her own, she hopped down from the horse. She took the bread and jam and handed it to the man. He ate like a starving dog, devouring everything in minutes. And yet he was still trembling.
Here, take my cloak,
Red said. The man smiled wistfully. What else can you offer? Maybe a place to stay. Please. Red tilted her head. Her grandmother was all alone, and maybe this man could keep her company. All he needed was a place to rest. But as she stood there contemplating, the forest began to move. The trees whistled. Glowing eyes stared.
Come,
She said.
I know a place.
The man climbed onto the horse behind her. But the deeper they rode into the forest, the more it closed in around them. She reached her grandmother's cottage just in time. Breathing heavily, she opened the door where her grandmother lay frail in bed and introduced the man to her.
Here, grandmother, I brought you bread and jam.
How nice of you, sweetheart.
But as the woman lay in bed, the man only watched her. Night fell, and everyone was asleep. But at dawn, something jolted Red awake. The sun was barely in the sky. She ran to the other room and gasped. Her grandmother was gone. And there stood the same man over her bed, his stomach grotesquely swollen. Red screamed. But the man only smiled. Why waste your youth, he whispered, caring for an old woman when the world could be yours. Instantly, the man shifted into his true form. A wolf. The very one her mother had warned her about. The one her father feared. And now he wore her cloak. Without thinking, Red ran out the door, sprinting through the woods, hoping to meet her father. But the forest closed in, and behind her was the wolf. Come with me, the wolf grounded out, then pounced, pinning her to the ground. Red yelped. The wolf grinned wickedly. This is better. Leave your world behind. You are fated to me. Red thrashed against the earth, dirt tangling in her hair. Fear and betrayal in her voice.
You tricked me, you wicked beast.
She fought long and hard, but could not defeat the creature looming over her. Then she sighed. Maybe if she gave in, it would save her from more pain. Her mother was gone, her grandmother too, and soon her father. But before she could surrender, the wolf sank his dripping fangs into her neck. Red screamed, then passed out. Hours turned into days, but Red never woke from the bite. The wound had festered, spreading poison through her veins. It was not a promise. It was not a better life. It was lies wrapped in gold. Red never woke from her slumber. Instead, vines crept over her, covering her body. She was gone, dead, just like her mother, just like her grandmother. And the wolf? He waits in the forest still, cloaked in red, awaiting his next victim.